The night of November 4th, 2008 was more than just an election. It was a seismic event in the long, often brutal American narrative. Barack Hussein Obama, a first-term senator from Illinois, stood before a sea of faces. He was the president-elect. A black man, the son of a Kenyan father and a Kansan mother, had been elected to the highest office, in a nation built, in part, on the backs of enslaved Africans. The air was thick with the ghosts of the past and the glimmer of a once unthinkable future, a testament to a struggle won by countless foot soldiers who marched, bled, and died for dignity. The election repudiated the idea that America was forever shackled to its original sin, suggesting a nation capable of self-correction. He spoke of a United States of America, not a red America or a blue America. Yet the nation was, and remains, deeply fractured by politics, culture, and history. His ascent sent a powerful message to a skeptical world, a black family prepared to move into a house built by enslaved hands. It normalized black excellence on a global stage, but euphoria met a grim backdrop. The true test had just begun. President Obama took the oath on January 20th, 2009, inheriting an economy in free fall. The Great Recession, triggered by the housing crash and a financial sector crisis, was shedding jobs at an alarming rate. Nearly 800,000 jobs were disappearing each month. Trillions in wealth and retirements were wiped out. There was no time for a learning curve. The American Recovery and Reinvestment Act, $787 billion, was the first major act. Tax cuts, aid to states, infrastructure, education, and green energy. Rooted in Keynesian logic, government had to inject demand. Supporters called it essential. Critics called it reckless debt. It passed with almost no Republican support, a sign of battles to come. The auto rescue used managed bankruptcy, restructuring, and federal loans. Decried as unacceptable intervention until profits and paybacks returned by 2011. Unemployment peaked at 10%. Many felt disconnected from Wall Street's rebound. A record private sector job growth streak began in 2010 and continued for years. But scars lingered, fueling populist anger on both left and right. The crisis and response reshaped the political landscape. For nearly a century, presidents tried and failed to pass comprehensive healthcare reform. Obama made it his signature goal, promising help for families one illness away from ruin. Expand coverage, control costs, protect consumers from predatory practices. He aimed to bend the arc, make healthcare a right, not a privilege. The ACA fight was among the most brutal and partisan in modern history, a complex tapestry of regulations, subsidies, and mandates. It created marketplaces and provided subsidies to make plans affordable, expanded Medicaid, and let young adults stay on parents' plans until 26. Most controversially, it required coverage or a penalty, the focal point for opposition. Town halls devolved amid misinformation and anxiety. Tea Party backlash surged. Despite losing a filibuster-proof majority, Democrats pushed it across the finish line. Obama signed it into law. It was called a victory for the people at a steep political cost. By his second term's end, the uninsured rate hit a historic low. Over 20 million gained coverage. Insurers could no longer deny for pre-existing conditions or charge women more. Critics cited rising premiums, marketplace exits, and broken promises for some who couldn't keep their plans. The ACA remains a central dividing line, still fiercely contested years later. Yet it established a lasting foundation for American healthcare. Obama inherited a world defined by the War on Terror, long, unpopular wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. He pivoted from unilateralism to smart power, diplomacy, alliances, strategic engagement, while retaining force when necessary. Intervention as last resort. Partners magnify strength. A world's hope signaled early. The 2011 raid killed Osama bin Laden, decisive, calculated force that brought a measure of justice. He ended the Iraq War and began drawing down in Afghanistan, shifted from ground invasions to drones and special ops. Effective but controversial. Two landmark moves: the Iran nuclear deal to block a bomb via sanctions relief and normalization with Cuba. In Libya, intervention averted massacre but yielded a failed state. Assad crossed the red line. Obama held fire. Critics charged weakened credibility. ISIS's rise forced a return to the region with air power and partners. A complex legacy, notable diplomacy and war endings, tempered by wicked problems with no easy solutions. Prudence and restraint for some, caution and inconsistency for others. The first black president was supposed to usher in a post-racial America. That was a damaging fantasy. His presence magnified unresolved conversations on race. A fringe conspiracy went mainstream, questioning his very Americanness. After the Henry Louis Gates arrest, Obama's comment and the beer summit showed the tightrope. He said, "If I had a son, he'd look like Trayvon." The illusion shattered. Michael Brown, Eric Garner, Tamir Rice. A movement coalesced. Black Lives Matter. In his second term, he spoke more forcefully, launched My Brother's Keeper, visited prison, commuted sentences. Activists said not enough. Conservatives said his empathy attacked law enforcement. He embodied progress amid a fiercely contested nation. The first social media presidency reshaped how presidents speak to the public. Don't ask, don't tell ended. His endorsement helped build momentum to nationwide marriage equality. An unprecedentedly diverse judiciary, an enduring legacy with lifetime impact. Progress energized millions and intensified cultural backlash and polarization. From day one, opposition was intense. The filibuster weaponized, nominations and bills stalled. Republican leadership vowed to make him a one-term president. A populist movement mixed fiscal conservatism, originalism, and distrust of government, reshaping the GOP and Congress. From the left, stimulus too small, no prosecutions after the crash, expanded surveillance, drone warfare. A campaign of delegitimization eroded a shared reality and deepened polarization. His successor tried to dismantle Obama's legacy, ironically making some of it more popular. Supporters recall intelligence, grace, stability, nostalgia for normalcy. The ACA endured, the recovery laid groundwork for years of job growth. But inequality widened. Wall Street accountability felt lacking. Counterterrorism tools expanded executive power. The post-racial hope didn't materialize. Tensions grew more visible and entrenched. A presidency is not a monument, but a living set of questions for the future. Healthcare remains a patchwork. Achieving universal, affordable care is unfinished. Perhaps his most enduring impact is the citizens he helped create. Those continuing the long, slow march toward a more perfect union.